Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It's June 12th when I'm recording this, but I'm going to be posting this on June 13th, so you guys have the weekend to see the video. So the SpaceX IPO is here, and now we're in a new world with SpaceX publicly traded. Now we can all go after that, and now we can see what what history is actually going to be making of this thing. So that's going to be the first thing I'm talking about, but remember to hit the like and subscribe button. That way you guys get more information anytime I put out the post. But yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys how I day traded SpaceX, and I also day traded Space SPCE, which is Virgin Galactic, on the short side. So, and then we're going to talk about how the market reaction from when Trump was going to escalate stuff with Iran versus when he paused on Iran, and how I think that is telling a little bit of story what the market thinks about that. And then also there's a big difference between the SPX and the RSP, basically cap weight versus equal weight. So those are the main things we're going to be talking about today. All right, so to show you guys this is SpaceX. Now, Thinkorswim was having some weird issues with all of these bars. I think that's because there were probably some kind of behind the scenes broker type deals that were happening, and probably bulk orders. You'll notice that a lot of them were happening right here at the 150 level. So there was definitely something there. I also noticed that there was kind of a trend line for the other ones, but this is just kind of what's happening. So sorry about that. Kind of look past them and all of that. Now, this is my first time actually day trading or trading at all an IPO. Normally I stay away from these things, but you know what? So many people have been talking about this. I thought, I'll get in on the game. I'll see what happens and how it goes. I was willing to lose some money on this just in case it didn't do what I thought it was going to do, which basically was I thought this was going to at least go up, because there was just a lot of talk about this, and the lockup hasn't happened yet, and it did jump up and people are pretty excited about it. So I figured it would move up a bit. But then at some point I thought it was going to go down. I didn't know if it was going to be today or tomorrow or anything else like that. So just one day at a time, we'll see how it goes. And the first one I put out here is the post. It was 9:08. This is Pacific time for me. And what I posted was SpaceX trend line. And you can see this diagonal trend line. And then you can see if I zoom in, you can see right there, the dash mark, the horizontal mark, that's where I went long. And so I posted this at 9:08 a.m. And so if we zoom in on this for here on the 2-minute time frame. So this is my day trading setup. I'm looking at the 2-minute, the 5-minute, and the 15-minute. And what I saw is we had this initial move up like this, and then we pulled back. And then from the pullback, you could see we actually started to move up. And it was at that point that I looked at this and said, oh, there's a trend line. So I did that and I thought, okay, that seems like that should hold. So you can see my first entry was right there. And then it popped up into some resistance right here. I figured it was bull flagging for a little bit. So I put my second piece on here. I did 100 shares at a time. So I did 100 shares and then 100 shares, which came out to about $32,000 that I put onto this. Nothing crazy, but wanted to have some skin in the game. And I could also see that there were two other trend lines. There was a diagonal trend line right there that you could see price kind of ran up to right there and found some resistance. And so as time was going on, I could see that that was resistance, and then I just kind of let price go. You can see here mostly just kind of going sideways for a while, came in, tapped the 2-minute 21, and at that point it popped up and broke that initial trend line. So this is good. We're starting to see that, and we're seeing some strength to the upside. The other resistance trend line was a horizontal one that you could see right here. And so you could see it came up and kind of bull flagged again, kind of just into that area. And I thought, okay, we'll see how this goes. And then as this goes, it continues to move up. Now, mind you, I'm live on the mic. I am in our showcase room and I'm in the Moxie room and I'm talking to everybody. I went on the mic right around there. So anybody who was in the room had the opportunity to follow me in with this. And I was telling them everything what I was doing, and that I was long and how many shares and all this stuff. We had some other people who were trading SpaceX as well in the room. And so as this kind of went on, let it go for a while. And basically here, this was my first exit. I took some profits up there. And part of the reason why I did it is because I could see we were getting extended on the 5-minute time frame. Now I had no idea if price was going to go higher. I thought maybe it would pull back and then go higher. So this is why at an extension, I decided to take some profits. Who knows? Maybe this was going to go to 185. It was actually, I was a little surprised at how subdued the SpaceX movement was of price. It was actually very organized, orderly, and pretty slow, and not nearly as crazy as I kind of thought it was going to be. And if you look at this, we just take the average price to my first exit, and you look here, average price to the first exit, only 7%. I mean, this thing only moved 7% by the time we could actually really kind of get into it as far as having legitimate moves for me. So there's 7%. And I was letting price come down and got a little extended. You can see right here, it bounced off of the 2-minute 50, bounced off of the 5-minute 21, and then started to move up again. And this is the point where I was like, okay, well, let's see if this starts to go higher. And again, I'm live on the mic talking to everybody like this. And I said, well, if this is going to go higher, then great. However, if it's going to go lower, then this is how it starts to go lower, is it starts to break down right here. You can see we had the red Moxie price trigger, and we had price starting to, the 8 started cross below the 21. And then you can see instead of holding the 2-minute 50, we broke the 2-minute 50. And I could just kind of see the energy and, anticipation just, there just didn't seem to be a whole lot of energy. Like this wasn't a very exciting move or anything else like this. This wasn't super crazy. So actually I exited the rest of my position right there. And again, I think that was about 6%. So if we just take an average right there, about 5.5%. So I got 5.5% and then 7%. So I think it came out to about an average of 6%. So if you look here, this is SpaceX, and I had $32,000. So I had 200 shares and I made $1,600. Again, not much. It wasn't really that crazy of a move, but there you go. Nice little trade. And then the other thing, as time went on, I called out to the room that I was like, for those interested, I said SpaceX is doing a 5-minute inverse self-shoe, which is a double top, and it fired a red 2-minute Moxie price trigger and broke the 2-minute 50. That's basically the short. So I put this out in the room with this designation, and from there, you could see let me get that. You can see from there, right there is where we broke the 2-minute 50. So if you wanted to go short, you could. But where I was seeing a short was right here where price got rejected by the 2-minute 50. So instead of supporting the 2-minute 50, it got rejected by the 2-minute 50. And then you can see here we had a red Moxie price trigger on the 5-minute time frame as well. And down you went, and there was a short trade right there as well, which basically came out to, again, maybe 5 or 6%. So again, this whole thing just didn't move too much. It was rather quiet, actually. The other thing I'll kind of point out, that original trend line that I had right here, look where price closed basically at the end of the day, or bounced off of. So yeah, kind of interesting, right? So there you go. There's SpaceX for the day trade. And then if we look at SPCE, I've actually had two downside trades on this. So if we look in through here, all my charts are moved around. So if we look through here, the first one, yeah, this will work. The first one, I actually shorted right here the day before this thing actually came down. The next morning, I was pleasantly surprised it was coming down. And then I took an exit there, and I took an exit there. So, and I think that one was 33% and then 41%. So that was actually pretty nice on the downside, and that was the other week or 2 weeks ago. And remember, I think the whole reason that SPCE went up is because, people thought SpaceX, they thought this was the right ticker. It kind of reminds me back when during COVID, everyone was on Zoom, so they went out there and they bought Zoom, ZOOM, instead of ZM, and that was another shortly lived pop to the upside. So then I was a little surprised that we got that move. Actually, I was like, oh, I kind of thought Virgin Galactic was going to be dead. But that pop told me that this was probably going to be shortable. So I didn't short it yesterday because I just didn't want to guess into that. But this morning, well, when price went down significantly in the overnight, I actually placed an order about 5 or 10 minutes before the market opened right there. And then you can see this thing just fell, and I let it go to about here. There was, that's 26% that I got right there. And it was oversold, extended, all that kind of stuff. And I actually, on the 2-minute, you can see here, I got a Moxie price trigger to the upside. So I did take profits on that one, and then I actually re-shorted this again right here before price broke the 2-minute 50 and got rejected at the 5-minute 50. Again, I figure this whole Virgin Galactic thing is not going to go up anymore. I feel like this is going to keep melting down from there. So from here to the close, it was another 5.5%, but total, I guess right here, yeah, 5.5% plus 26%. And I had about, $10,000 on this one. So again, not huge, but $10,000. But you look there, I made almost $2,300 because, well, it was a big mover. So kind of interesting to see that I had 3 times more money on SpaceX than I did on Virgin Galactic, except I made more money shorting Virgin Galactic simply because the move was bigger. So yeah, oh, there we go. We'll kind of see how this all pans out over the coming days and weeks and see how this affects the market. Okay, then let's talk about Iran and how that goes, because again, not to be political about this, I just want to show you guys kind of some things I'm seeing as far as the reaction on how this has been going. First off, we know that there's kind of been the conversation that this market pullback was because of needing liquidity for SpaceX IPO. Okay, that could be a part of it too. The other part of it was the market was just getting very, very overbought. What I have been telling everybody is that we did have a bearish Moxie signal. Basically the Moxie indicator staying below zero while price was over the 50 is what I call an inverse trampoline move. Price should not be over the 50 if the Moxie indicator is below zero. Even though I had been calling this out for several days, I didn't expect it to be this big of a move to the downside. Otherwise, I really would have done something about it. Plus, I was going on a trip that the Friday that the market came down, that Friday, I was leaving for a trip for 5 days. So I also wasn't really in a position to do anything. I know, excuses, but that's what happened there. We did see it coming. I was calling it out to the Moxie room. So hopefully people were able to kind of do some things about it. So anyway, what I do want to show you is the market also continued to go lower here, but then was accelerated when I believe news about the Apache helicopter getting shot down and stuff like that, and then that kind of, Trump coming out and saying some stuff. And then after that, when the market knew he was going to escalate this and retaliate, and we were going to, have to, do some more bombs and missiles and stuff like that, the market came down. Well, let me first say, we bounced pretty nicely. So that was a really good bounce. And then the market kind of just dribbled for a day and a half while it was kind of trying to process whatever was going on. Maybe the market is really kind of believing the whole taco situation. Anyway, once the news came out that he was not going to do the attack and he was actually going to postpone it because negotiations were good, look what the market did. Absolutely ripped. So I think in anticipation, I think either the market is kind of figuring this out or the market doesn't care as much about that thing because it's kind of going on for a while. Kind of not much is happening. The down move really wasn't that much. It kind of moseyed on down to the downside. But when we got news of a pause, the market absolutely ripped. And you guys know that because we saw a lot of really good moves out there. So just the market characteristic is telling me that, the bad news for Iran, okay, it's not great, but the good news for Iran is really good. And the market is starting to react more favorably that way. So I think we should continue kind of going that direction as far as the Iran situation for the market. The other thing, let's talk about the SPX versus the RSP. Now, remember the SPX, the NASDAQ, they are all cap weighted. And so what you can see is we've had a really big move to the upside, and then we did have a pretty stiff move back down to the daily 50. And you can see, yeah, we bounced, but we're still really far down here. Well, go take a look at the RSP, which is the equal weight, and you'll see that it does look different. You'll see it does look different. And look what happened. Over the last few days, when the SPX pulled back to the daily 50, what did the RSP do? It barely pulled back and it only went down to the daily 21, which is actually looking pretty darn good as far as support. You can see daily 21, daily 21, daily 21. Maybe it didn't go as crazy to the upside when the whole market was going up, but you can see we are now making new all-time highs for the RSP. And then on a day where, yes, the market went up, but the SPX is way down here. And look at the RSP, it's making new highs. So that's where we are starting to see, some divergences or just differential between, the few big stocks or the sectors that have really been running the cap weighted markets, the whole AI, semiconductors, memory, that kind of stuff, versus kind of like the S&P 493, everything else. So even though maybe depending on where you were, it really felt pretty rough that the market came down pretty hard and all that kind of stuff, Google, Amazon, name it like that, Microsoft, you kind of look around at other places in the market and it's telling us actually they're doing just fine. So for the most part, market's doing all right. You can look at the IWM, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to say that most of this, I believe, could be several factors, but what I've been talking about is the TLT. I said that I think the TLT is actually going to go higher. I don't think interest rates are going to get raised, and they don't necessarily have to go down, but they're not going up. And you can see here, TLT started going up, and as of now, we are starting to get past the daily 50. So yeah, I think TLT is going up. You can see here, that was from a trampoline move because of the Moxie indicator. And I think that is helping the RSP, the IWM, the MDY, small caps, biotech, things like that. Anything kind of interest rate sensitive. So that's good. Okay, so yeah, that's the SPX versus the RSP. We'll talk about the NASDAQ real quick. Essentially, same kind of deal that's going on with the market. Notice right there at the top, there's your Moxie price trigger to the downside. Okay, so if you guys don't have the Moxie indicator, I highly recommend it. It is the indicator that I developed, and this is everything I do to trade using the Moxie indicator in the Moxie room. And I mean, you just can't get any better than that. Look exactly where that Moxie price trigger fired on the hourly time frame, just right at the top. Perfect timing, pretty awesome. So yeah, at that point, that worked out really well. Remember, you guys can pick that up at simplertrading.com/Moxie. And we were expecting this bounce. We've been talking about that for a couple days this week. We got it, and now I've been telling everybody, kind of slow your roll. We need to be careful. We got the bounce. Now we could get a little bit more upside, but at this point, I'm kind of expecting we need to digest this. We could bounce around a little bit. I don't entirely know what the next move is going to be, but I think we just need to kind of digest this for a little bit. So I'm not bearish, but the market could go down a little bit further, could still bounce around, could need to digest this a little bit. All right, and then if we look at the IWM. Just like the RSP, it's doing well. It didn't go down too much. It did go below the 21, but came right back. So it's doing well. The SMH is going to look more like, well, actually, I guess it's still kind of its own thing. It pulled back a little bit right there and came back up again. I'm kind of leaning a little bit more to, I'd like to see this thing chop around a little bit longer. I don't know if it's going to keep going up. If it is, fine, we'll go with it. But I could see it maybe pulling back just a little bit longer to give itself a little bit more rest time. So I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'd love to see that, but we'll find out. Generally speaking, nice pullback, good recovery. Now we have to kind of wait and see what happens next. ARKK, just a little bit here. Not too much to say. Again, you can see this one, it did break out up here, but it's kind of right back into its range. So if the SPX, NASDAQ, SMH kind of, roughly do something like this where they don't necessarily break out and keep running right away, I wouldn't be surprised. Market might need to chill a little bit and kind of digest the SpaceX IPO, the Google, 80 billion shares, and maybe Microsoft and Amazon might need to be Meta might need to be issuing some shares too. FNGU, kind of the same story as the NASDAQ, pull back to the daily 50. I'm looking for a bounce, but again, it's still kind of noisy. We don't have a ton of information here. We're barely trying to hammer out a low at this point. So we could bounce, we could still chop. So give it a little bit of room. We'll see how that goes. Okay, then one other thing to show you guys, if we look at the breadth, here's the 50-day breadth. What I want you to see is it has no clue that the market pulled back last Friday or even this week. No clue. So number one, that is to say that probably a lot of stocks were very far away from their daily 50s. So even though they had a big pullback, they're probably still above their daily 50s. The other thing is to say that, again, like the RSP, the rest of the market seems to be doing okay. There are apparently a lot of names still doing well out there. And you can see the number of stocks above their 50-day SMA actually went higher today. So that's great. And then if we look at the VIX popped up. We had that surprise, or not surprise, but we had the big move on Friday. And then now you can see here the VIX for the last 2 days has just been collapsing. So again, good for now. But again, still want to be a little bit careful with this market. And if you look at the UVIX, I was talking to the Moxie subscribers and traders, and the other reason why I was looking for a market bounce this week was exactly because of the Moxie patterns that I talk about on the hourly chart and the daily chart. Basically, right here and right there, because of the patterns I discussed in the room, was exactly the reason that I said, hey, we should be looking for UVIX to come down, which means the SPX is going to go up. And there you go. So yeah, there we go. It's been kind of a fun week to be watching all these things and see my patterns come through, to be shorting Virgin Galactic, to go long SpaceX. We're living through history. It's kind of fun. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, remember, if you guys want to come out and check out the indicator or the trading room, you can come over to simplertrading.com/Moxie, and that's where I'll be. And I'm in the room every day. So cool. Hope you guys are having a good time, and we'll see you next week. Take care.